Hey guys, and welcome back to another Woodbrew video. It is a beautiful morning here on our property, and today is actually New Year's Day, so we want to wish you the very best for this coming year.
Molly and I are working on so many awesome plans for this year. We have a lot of big goals, and one of those is to be more consistent with this channel, which is why on the very first day of the year, we've decided to both film, edit, and publish a video. So we're already getting after it. And we hope you guys will get after it too and make something awesome out of this year. The channel has actually grown a lot in the last couple of months, so thank you very much to everyone that's been watching. We greatly appreciate it and we welcome you to the channel. We encourage you to go check out some of our old videos if you have liked some of the new stuff you're seeing. And without further ado, let's get into this shop tour. The very first thing you'll be greeted by when you come into our shop is our rescue pup. Oh, goodness. Anyway, this is our rescue pup, Luna. We actually found her when we were working on a job last year. She's been through a lot. She's finally nice and healthy, and she's officially the Woodbrew shop dog. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Where are you going?
We'll start by talking about the overall footprint of our actual shop. So this is an oversized two-car garage, so it's about 25 feet wide, and it's a little over 25 feet long. It's about 26 or so. We have two brick walls and one wall that is all doors and windows. So technically, we really only have one usable wall in here, which was a bit of an oversight on our part. We also have this pole right here in the middle that we've utilized as an island, which we'll show later in the video. But that gives you sort of an idea of the space we have. Also, the ceiling height is like 8 inches and a few inches.
8 inches and a few inches?
8 inches and a few. It's like 8 feet and a few inches, which is nice because we can get 8-foot boards in here. It's like a little less than 8.5 feet. So at least we can do that.
So when you walk in through the front door of the shop, you have a garage door directly to the right. And when we were first designing this shop, we knew we were only going to have one wall for tools. And so this made the most sense in this area for plywood storage. We really love the flow of having the plywood storage next to the garage door. So when we bring in...
Wow.
Hey, Luna. So when we bring in new material, we can just open the garage door, put it in the plywood storage, and then it's right next to the table saw. We have a little over 8 feet behind the table saw, so we have enough room to run full 8-foot sheet plywood through the table saw.
When we turn around, we actually have our main tool island, which is what I like to refer to it as. And the reason why we have this tool island is because of a few things. First of all, we have this giant pole back here that's in the middle of the room, which really sort of makes it difficult to use the space in a lot of ways. However, it makes a great spot to run power down the pole. So we have power for all of our tools ran down the post, and it's at the bottom and really convenient in the middle of the room. It also allows us to put our dust collector in that same sort of group of tools, and it allows us to run our dust collection to all of our main tools without having to have any sort of fancy trunk system or pipes running across the room or anything like that. Like, basically everything that uses dust collection is all within 10 feet of each other, which is very nice. To give you guys kind of an overview of each of the tools we have in this tool island, we'll start here with the table saw. This is a 1.75 horsepower saw stop model. This is their PCS 36-inch model. Directly behind the table saw is sort of a semi-new configuration we have in the last few weeks, and that is this Rockler T-Track table. We built these in a prior video. These were part of a miter station build, and we'll leave a link in the description below if you want to know how we built these. But this is serving as our singular outfeed table at the moment, as well as, you know, multi-purpose. But these have drawers that we built in them. So in the first drawer here, we have all of our sandpaper and various little pin nails and things like that. And then we have hardware in the next drawer. And then, as always, in every drawer system, the junk drawer.
The drunk drawer.
The drunk drawer. It looks that way, honestly. Directly behind this table, we have these two cabinets, which house the majority of our power tools. Whether they're in boxes or out, they're in these two cabinets, which makes it really convenient because everything you need is more or less in the same spot. And then on top of them, we have each of these sort of benchtop tools that we have. So we have a planer here, and this works really well because we have 8 feet that way and we have more than 8 feet that way. So this doesn't actually have to move in order for us to use it, But if we have big stuff we do need to plane, it's not difficult to move it out and do bigger stuff. But where it is, which is the first time ever for us, we have a planer sitting somewhere where we don't actually have to move it out to use it. We also have this oscillating belt sander, which we don't use nearly enough. And now it's finally set up in a way that we hopefully will use it more. So I'm excited about that. And we have another one of these rockler tables here.
And also in these, I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but one of them is cutting tools. And the other one has tools that are in boxes, and the other one's just random.
Okay. I knew there was some sort of system. I just typically do this.
Not in there.
Here is our router table right on the end of this. This gives us about 4 feet of room this way. To be honest with you, when we use a router table, it's very rare that we're using big, long stock. So usually this is plenty enough room for us here. And this is also a project that we have on the channel, building this router table setup where we have this very squeaky drawer. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
This Harvey dust processor lives right behind all these tools, and it's really the heart of this entire island system. I absolutely love this thing because of its compact footprint. As you can see, it is lower than standard counter height. So if you look over here, this table back here is standard counter height, and it is just below that. So it gives you a lot of options when it comes to setting this configuration up in a way to where, again, you can use all the tools where they sit. Speaking of dust collection, I will show you kind of the way we have this set up because it's so simple. It is the most simple dust collection system you could possibly have. So we have this one hose right here that has the correct size to fit every one of our tools. And then the only other hose that we have here on a blast gate goes over to our CNC over the top. This is our Husky air compressor, and this is similar to the California Tools ones where they're very quiet. This one says it's 80% quieter, silent compressor. They truly are. I mean, we've had a California Air one and we've had this one, and they're both just so quiet. And once you get one, you will never go back to another type of air compressor. These things are, let me just show you how insanely quiet this thing is. It's that quiet. It's literally that quiet. It's like quieter than an impact driver. Like it's nothing. This here jointer is our last minute frantic impulse COVID purchase.
Lovely.
It sounds like I hate this thing or that it's bad. It really isn't. It's just not the exact one I wanted. And so now every time I look at it, I'm like, why did you impulse purchase that? If you would have just like waited a little bit longer, you could have got the exact one. Not that the exact one probably would have been like any better, but whatever. Below the jointer is our Festool dust extractor, you know, because we're professionals here in our shop. We only use the absolute top tier, god tier products here. Yes, this is our Festool dust extractor. It is quite exquisite.
Stop.
It sucks a lot of stuff. It has this really horrible bag in it, so we use the mullet.
No, you gotta say mullet.
Mullet.
No.
Mullet. This roto extracted mullet, one of a kind dust separator. Roto molded.
Oh my gosh.
Literally looks like a Yeti cup because it's made by them. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but it is.
Looks like a Yeti cup.
And then we use this dust separator because the bags in these things are like this big, you know, and you have to like, spend money on a bag or you have to sit there and shake the thing out. Like, it's not happening.
What really happened was you bought a domino. There's like, I need the dust extractor to go with it.
Well, when you read about the domino, they tell you, they say, if you don't use the dust extractor, you'll break bits. What they're really saying is now that you've spent $1,500 with us, you need to spend another $800 with us just so that your thing doesn't break. Oh, and if you use regular shop vac, it's not going to work. It works. Somehow or another, we've made it all the way around the island. This is our Grizzly think this is a 17 inch. Is this 17 or 18 inch? This is like a 17 or 18 inch bandsaw. It's pretty beefy. It's never once stuttered going through literally anything. It's got a lot of power, and I've been pretty happy with it.
And over here is one of our newest additions to the shop. Dylan whipped up this enclosure for our laser engravers because we're gonna do more of this coming soon. Hopefully, maybe even get things to the shop. Speaker, because we have to have music, you know, or Dylan, his 70s country.
I don't know. Don't be talking bad about my 70s country. Blue eyes crying.
It's really
in the rain.
Okay. Another new addition is this lumber rack, which Dylan used some scrap wood from a side project, and that worked out pretty perfectly because we had no other space or spot to house our lumber. So this is gonna turn out amazing. Moving on down is our clamp wall. In every shop we have had a clamp wall, and we just added these last night. We went to our old shop because we still have stuff at our old shop to get more clamps, so now we have all of our clamps here, which is amazing. Okay, we do have AC in this, which is kind of a first for us to have this on 24/7. It's not on 24/7, but to have it cool in here is a pretty first for us. It's a pretty first for us.
It's pretty first for us.
It's a first for us. And we also have the space heater, which works so well, especially last week when it was 20 degrees here, which I don't know
happen.
Has ever happened.
Yeah.
So we turn this on in the morning before we're out here, and heats up pretty quick. Dylan, you're like a kid.
My high waters.
There's a flood coming.
We have made it around to the big guns of the shop. This is our 5 foot by 5 foot Avid CNC machine. This thing is an absolute beast. I actually recently built this outfeed table for it, which is kind of an odd thing. But what this allows me to do is cut full-size sheets on this 5 by 5 machine by simply sliding them through, and it works really well. We have a lot of custom client work going on this year, and I'm trying to optimize that stuff and also bring products to our website. It is going to allow us to be so much more efficient with our time here in the shop and with the stuff that we're able to do. So even though this thing takes up quite a large footprint in our shop, as you can see, it literally probably takes up like almost a quarter of the space with the amount of footprint that it requires. It is well worth it. Every time I walk out of the shop and see this thing, it just fires me up to get working because look at it, it's just a monster of a thing.
Moving on over from the CNC is more so of our assembly area, and this workbench is one of the first things that we built, I don't even know how many years ago, and it's still in great condition. I actually learned how to weld on this project, and it's still standing strong, so I did something right. Back here is kind of the CNC station. So in this top drawer we have bits and more junk drawer things, but you get the point. Laptop CNC, bits, and most of these drawers have jigs and things like that in them. Another junk drawer that I won't open. Moving on down is our charging station, which I don't know if we've ever had this good of a setup, because we have chargers up here, charged batteries down here, so when you go to grab one, you know it's going to be charged. All of our drills. Do you think we have enough?
No.
It's double the efficiency.
Quit!
It's double the efficiency.
Now, you want to see something really pretty?
Kind of.
Missing one. Okay, moving on.
Now that one is nice.
This just has all of our wrenches because we have a huge set of them, so...
There's a half done one. That one looks nice.
Yeah, this one's nice. Of course, another just random bit.
No, it's not random. No, that's organized chaos.
It is organized chaos is exactly what it is. And then I'm sure you guys have seen this before in our previous shop tours. We have all of our driver bits and the first couple drawers.
Oh, and here's a Papa Strawn invention here. So simple addition. He just cut some strips and added them back here so that when you slam this thing like you do, it doesn't slide back all the way to the back.
Who's Papa Strawn? You?
Papa Strawn, that's my dad.
He did this?
Yeah.
When?
Because he gets annoyed by little things like that. You know, things that you and I are just like, you know, we just deal with and we're like, oh, that's so stupid that happens. Yeah, he just comes up with these simple, ingenious, you know, dad inventions.
We won't go into the rest of this. Moving on to these gladiator. Dylan. I'm trying to, you know, present these cabinets, and no, it's not even like this. It was like this.
So what do you think about the cabinets?
Moving on to these gladiator cabinets, which we absolutely love. We've had them for a few years, and they've always housed our paint supplies, finish supplies, stain supplies, glue. This is a hot mess. Are you even showing it?
I am.
Okay.
I'm going for it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna close that one. Just close that one.
That's
Nice and slow.
That's the one that you shove things in and you close it really fast so it doesn't fall out.
Uh-huh.
And now under the workbench we have our sustainers, is what they're called, I assume.
Fancy boxes.
Fancy boxes. And we also have our track saw on the other side.
Well, hey, what's that right there?
This?
That right there, yeah, right there.
Well, these right here are our fix-it kits, and what perfect timing.
You guys have heard us talk about these quite a lot. These are the iFixit toolkits. These are awesome precision drivers made to fix things around your house, especially tech products like this Pro Tech kit right here. Comes with everything you need to fix all the gizmos and gadgets in your personal life, like your iPhone screen or anything along those lines. But iFixit sit over a brand new everyday carry bundle for us to check out. So I want to share with you guys opening this box up.
What's in the box?
Look, first of all, knew it. You got this, all right? Just letting you know right off the rip, you got this, all right? Everybody needs to be reminded they got this, because when you're fixing stuff, sometimes it can be frustrating, but you know what? You got this. And it's important that you fix things, right? It's important that we learn and teach the skills of fixing and repairing and building to not only ourselves, but others around us, like our children. It's very important to Molly and I that when we do have kids, we teach them how to properly, you know, fix and do things for themselves. So this is one of those kits that would make an awesome gift to, say, a young one in your family who needs some encouragement to get started. Got a fanny pack. I think that's what this is.
It's not a fanny pack.
What is it? It's a pouch?
It's just a pouch.
Oh, it is a pouch. Okay, so it's to put all this stuff in.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Got some extra bits, and I think these are called spud tools, but they're really good for lifting up and prying things that are more delicate because they're made of this like hard plastic, so they don't mar things the way that metal would be. All right. We got this sweet little gear wrap / I guess you could use it as a belt. I don't know. The world's your onion.
Your oyster. Wow.
Oh, look at this. It's called the Minnow. All right, so here is the Minnow toolkit. So it's going to be a mini version of something like this guy.
Yep.
Check this thing out. Product model, Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it looks like we got some Torx security bits, got some flat heads, got obviously Phillips head, and more Torx. I can show you. Here's the lineup. Oh, we got the Pentalobe. That's for iPhone and stuff. So this is what all you get in this tiny little kit, which is pretty awesome. And these drivers are no joke, okay? These things are so nice. It has this rubberized gripping here, and this spins so that you can actually kind of hold it right there and create a rationing effect. And then it's got this custom cut foam inserts here that actually hold the bits in. You see that? Try to do that with a cheap set of screw bits, okay? This would end up everywhere, right? It's got this magnetic closure. So nice. So thanks again, iFixit, for supporting our channel and for supporting the good fight for our right to repair. Super important. And if, again, guys are interested, check the links in the description below. Get right back into this tour. We're gonna head outside now and show you some of the rest of the property and other parts of our shop and soon to be shop edition-ish. Let's go check it out. This is the Woodbrew equipment yard, you know. This is the area we keep all of our big toys in. Place Molly loves to look at every single day. Just tells me all the time how much she enjoys having all of this stuff in the yard. She loves it.
I love it.
This is our Kubota 2501, meaning 25 horsepower. It's a compact tractor. Seen it in a lot of our videos, but this stays parked over here next to our container, which I'll talk about in a bit. We have a lot of various implements scattered around the yard because Molly loves it. Again, she loves it when they're as far away from each other and disorganized as possible. It's her favorite thing in the whole world. And this big unit right here is our 40-foot high cube container. So it's got the higher roof in it, and it's absolutely gigantic. In our last video, we talked about we're going to move this to the back of our property and turn it into an off-grid shop. Didn't realize we didn't really talk about what the heck that actually meant in that video, so briefly, I'll give you sort of the concept and idea behind it. Obviously, we have limited space in our shop, so the reason we got this in the first place was to be able to store things like extra materials, other tools, and just, you know, all the junk that Molly loves to look at. Also, don't you think she absolutely loves to look at this blue giant sea container in our side yard?
With words down the side and letters and numbers over there.
She absolutely loves it.
I love it when I drive up through my driveway to look at that.
She loves it. Anyway, so the plan is to move this to the back of the property. We'll see how that goes. Obviously, that's going to be quite a task in and of itself. But once we get it back there, the plan is to set up the sawmill.
Yeah, did you guys know we got a sawmill?
We bought a sawmill coming very soon. Set up the sawmill under a lean-to on one side so that we have an area for the sawmill. Then on the other side have another lean-to so that we can put all of Molly's favorite things under another lean-to back there, which just means we can get more things, you know?
No.
Anyways, that's sort of the game plan. We also want to set up sort of a metalworking area within that because we really want to get back into doing some welding and metalworking, and having a spot that's separate, that is fine to be dusty and dirty and nasty, will be really nice. I'll show you inside because there's two little treats right in the front entryway that I want to share with you. Bet you weren't expecting to see one of these big boys in here. So I actually bought this 20-inch grizzly planer for $200. Obviously very used. It's like an 80s model planer. It doesn't turn on because the electrical cord and stuff like isn't hooked up at all. So I have no idea if it works, but this is a project that I want to do on the channel of fixing this thing up and getting it running. So if you'd like to see that, let us know, because I haven't decided whether or not like I want to film it or whether y'all would be interested or all that kind of stuff. But this is one of the big tools that I'm excited to get up and running. Then right here, this is a sawmill. This is the head of the sawmill, and out there underneath that tarp is the trailer for the sawmill. So that's coming this month. You're going to see the sawmill come together. And then in the rest of this container, if you just want to take a little peek ski, just so you know, we can be more relatable. Okay, let's not go too far. I don't want to.
You don't want to look at it?
I
No.
don't want to look at it, actually. It gives me anxiety. Because we have to get all this stuff, all this out of here. And, yeah, do something with it when we try to move this thing, which is going to be kind of a nightmare. So, oh, we have a drill press. That's a thing. I got this thing for free. I just need to figure out how to get a motor and make it run and whatnot.
Yeah, well, I see wires just dangling right there.
So the main idea with this front half of the property is to keep it as natural as possible and to select cut any trees that are either damaged, which unfortunately there's a good bit of those, or that are not helping the overall growth of some of our more important trees that we'd like to, you know, help grow and stuff. So over who knows how long, we're going to be cleaning up this front half of the property, select cutting trees, and really trying to reinvigorate the forest that is up here and make it grow and be as healthy as possible, because right now it's really getting strangled with a lot of undergrowth and poor light because the canopies are it just needs a lot, right? So this is one of our bigger projects here on the property, is this front half, but one that I'm really excited to get started on because I think it's going to be a huge transformation to our property.
So our house sits on about an acre of cleared land, and we have a lot of projects that we want to do landscaping wise and even to the exterior of the house, which again, we'll get to it when we get to it, but we have so many ideas since we ever bought this house almost 2 years ago. January 25th is when we closed on this house 2 years ago, and we've just had so many ideas that we just need to get the ball rolling on. But
And we need some moolah, sister.
we need some moolah to do it. This house is mid-century style. I would say it's more contemporary. It was built in the 90s. It has some mid-century elements like little little slots in the bathroom cabinets, but I love it. When Dylan sent this listing to me when it was on sale, for sale, I said yes, like within 2 seconds. And we were here within an hour and we bought it. So I love it.
Molly wants me to show you something of hers.
Well, I tried landscaping. I'm not a gardener by any means, but I planted all this monkey grass like last summer, and it's finally starting to grow. It hasn't been growing.
You're literally just a white blob. It's so bright.
Oh.
Well, we see your monkey grass, sweetie. It's coming in.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Don't look over there.
We'll serve it.
Don't look over there.
We'll serve
Don't
it.
look over there. I said don't
Oh, nothing.
look. Okay. But you can show my little Christmas ambiance.
They can see. I covered everything else for you.
Thanks.
And now for the back half of our property, which is about another 2 acres. So we have about 5 acres in general, so 2 at the front, 1 where the house is, 2 in the back. And this back half is basically all pine trees. And they're almost road pine trees, but they've been thinned, obviously. And again, this is a part of the house and property that you guys have seen a lot of, so I'm not going to share a lot with you. But this is one of the more active projects for us, is to get this part of the property cleaned up, because for us it has the most potential and is also one of the easiest things to bite off. So yeah, we've gotten started with this already, clearing it out. There's a gigantic burn pile behind me. As you can see, it is massive, and that's on the to-do list for the next couple months, is to slowly get that sort of burned off and really open this place up. So,
And put a dirt track.
and put a dirt track. Molly wants a dirt track.
I want a
back here.
go-kart.
Yeah.
Ring, ring.
Well, guys, that's going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you very much for sticking around to the end, and hope you enjoyed this sort of shop and property tour.
Sorry for the chainsaw in the background if you can hear it. Our neighbors are doing what I wish we were doing today, but
They're getting after it. They're cleaning up their property like we hope to be doing very, very soon. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you will, leave a comment down below if you have any sort of input into our future shop plans or projects that we've spoke about on this channel. And we wish again that you guys have a super successful, amazing 2023.
sounds so weird to say.
I know.
2023.
Anyway, we wish you and your family the best this year, and let's all get after it. Let's help motivate each other and make this year a really great one.
I think our slogan for this year should be work hard and play harder. We're going to work hard this year is what I'm saying. We're not messing around, so be ready.
All right, guys, we'll see y'all later. Peace. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.